Hi, welcome to your carrier update brought to you by PowerFleet. I'm Mike Vincent. He's not Donnie Gilbert. He's Zach Strickland. How are you, my friend?
Zach Strickland. I'm well. Thank you for asking.
Good. Nice to have you back in studio, my friend.
Thanks. Thanks.
How was your drive in today?
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. The rain was coming down.
No stress, just
none.
completely.
It's just you just cruise right on in. No traffic.
Excellent. Let's talk about the truck market.
So we've got our Tinder Rejection Index here, and I put up the seasonality view of our Tinder Rejection Index. And
cool.
Plenty of colors for you. So
yeah, and lines with numbers and stuff.
Yeah, and I even drew a line, and that right there, sitting on top of that blue line, which is our current year of Tinder rejection rate.
Okay,
so
got
we're in mid to late August here on our current Tinder rejection rates, jumping up right now. So the last week or so, we've moved up slowly to about 21.85%.
Yeah, we've been watching this nice little rise here, the late summer lift.
Nothing dramatic, just a little bit of a boost here. It's definitely something to watch as we approach Labor Day. This yellow line you can almost erase from your memory bank.
I'd like to.
Because it's 2020.
Yeah.
Doesn't have a lot of application here, although there are some mini seasonalities in there that you could probably take away from it. So I drew this line here to show that the trend of the Tinder Rejection Index is actually following a pretty linear regression. Starting back in March.
No, it really is. You've got plenty of these what do you call that in finance? Dead cat bounces, I guess?
Yeah, dead cat bounces. That's sort of the way that you might want to put it. But yeah. It's following a nice steady trend line. You've got Memorial Day, July 4th, Easter, and you remove those little bumps, and you've probably got an even cleaner, regression going on here. So I drew it on out just to say, just for fun.
See where we'd be.
If we were using a straight up linear regression model to predict where Tinder rejection rates were going to be at the end of the year, which we know is not going to happen.
Probably not.
Because you see every year this is what happens. It is not a linear regression that we follow, but maybe if we were to take out Christmas and Thanksgiving and just say we're not doing those in 2021, we would end up with about a 16.2% Tinder rejection rate by the end of the year. So that being said, 16.2% is still an extremely
It's still
tight
incredibly
market.
high, but
and
the
it's
likelihood
higher.
of something like that happening with 115 vessels off the coast of San Pedro and so on, right?
No, what I've done here is basically draw the bottom line.
Line.
And if we were to even take the bottom line, we're still above 2018, 2019. So,
best case scenario for a shipper is 16.5%.
We're
rejection rate.
more than likely that is not going to happen.
Gotcha.
Because the line itself
I mean, there's still semiconductors. The capacity is not coming line from a physical trucks, right? Drivers and demand is still.
And then in the meantime, we got Labor Day coming up. Every single year, Labor Day happens.
It does. And then after that, it lulls a little bit. And then you have,
September.
what is that whole thing that, oh yeah, Christmas.
Christmas and Thanksgiving. So let's look at demand. Let's look at one of the reasons that this is going to stay relatively high.
Do it.
Our Tinder volume index here in the blue for the current year, and of course 2020 in the purple. It's coming up.
This is interesting, right?
Yeah,
we figured just kind of going straight and maybe coming down a little bit, but it's.
You can't ignore the fact that we are on a flat line. Like we're not moving. Like we've had a few little undulations. We kind of settled down. Rejection rates came down a lot faster than demand. We talked about it. It's a lot of short haul volumes are now propping it up a little bit. We went through that a little bit last week, but. Demand's still going to keep a lot of pressure on the market. And I want to throw up another chart, kind of tease it out. We'll get into this one probably a little bit more later. One of the reasons that spot rate, this is our spot rates, our truck stops top 100 spot rate here in purple. And I should have probably taken a brighter color, but I didn't. So, and this is our
fix that by the time we come back.
Yeah, and this is our contract rate. So this does not include fuel. The contract rate index here, the VCRPM, does not include fuel. This is the van spot rate. You can see a lot of undulation. It's got some trending upward pressure. Now these white lines, that's the implied fuel. If we were to add fuel to this number here, this is about where the rate would be. And in between the two are the margins.
Between contract and spot. Okay,
and
great, I got you.
So this includes fuel.
Yeah.
So brokerage margins.
Taking it out the fuel, there's your margin.
Margins have actually compressed. We got 11 and 10%, and we got 5 and 7%.
Yes.
So that's going to keep pressure on the spot market as those margins are getting squeezed by the contract rates.
Very interesting. We can dig a little deeper into that
Yeah.
a little bit later. Excellent stuff. Thank you so much, Zach. We'll check up a little bit later.